Is this the greatest Fujifilm lens that's ever been made? What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me. As always, my name is Pete. I am a portrait photographer based in New York. If you're watching this video, you have found the best hidden treasure YouTube channel for photography, at least according to my mom. Hit that like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic I've been thinking about for a long time now, which is this lens that I'm holding right here. And the reason I've been thinking about it is because this lens, my copy of this lens, is broken. I dropped it and the mount got all twisted and it's broken. And I didn't buy another copy of it yet, which I'm going to soon change. Because I've gone through a bunch of the old photos I took with this lens, and it reminded me that this is quite possibly the best Fujifilm lens ever made. What lens is it, Pete? Just tell us. Well, if you don't realize yet by just looking at it, this is the original 35mm f1.2 Fuji lens. And it's a thing of beauty, not just the images, but also like the physicality of this lens, the way it's made is just wonderful. It's perfect. It's a perfect size. It's made of metal. It just goes perfectly with your small Fuji camera. So aesthetically, I feel like this is like, you can't beat this aesthetically. However, that's obviously not the most important part. The most important part is the images. And the images from this lens are just so unique. Now, they're not as good as the newer lenses, technically. And the way that I'd like to describe the difference is, this is definitely not as sharp. This has much more of kind of a creamy character to the images, whereas the newer lenses, like the one I'm comparing it to in this video, which I bought recently, the 23mm f1.4R LMWR. This is the newer Fuji lens, which is a wonderful lens. And I've been using the crap out of this thing. I love it. It's fabulous. But the images, they're different. They're excellent, but they're different. So here's how I describe it. This is like creamy character. As Casey from Camera Conspiracies would say, it's got like that 3D pop. And this is more, I don't want to use the word clinical because that's already overused, but it's more crisp and more perfect. The images from this lens are just gorgeous. Like the sharpness is wonderful. The quality is excellent, but it kind of is lacking a little bit of that character. Hey everyone, I'm interrupting my own video to tell you about Click Photo Festival, which takes place the first weekend in October 2025. I am going to be there, and I'm really excited to be doing a two-part workshop on Saturday, October 4th. The first part of my workshop, I'm going to talk to you about what it's like photographing jazz legends in some of the small, intimate spaces where jazz happens in New York City. And I'm going to talk about the gear I use, which cameras and lenses I love to use for this, as well as what it's like to be the staff photographer for the maestro Ron Carter living jazz-based legend. Then the second half of our workshop is actually going to be a live portrait shoot where I'm going to show you how I build my 3-light lighting, which I call the hero light, and how I create really dramatic, cinematic looking portraits. And then the best part is everyone who attends is going to have a chance to take their own pictures of our model, build their portfolio, work with me one-on-one, pick my brain, learn right from me. So I'm so excited. Thank you to the folks from Click Photo Festival for inviting me. And I hope to see a lot of you there. And all of the information on this is going to be linked in the description below. So check it out, and I'll see you soon. So why didn't I rebuy? Because I bought this recently. Why didn't I just buy another one of these after mine broke? Well, I don't know, because I'm stupid and I just do dumb things. But besides that, it's also because I just wanted a wider angle lens. So the main reason why I went with the 23-1.4 is because I do a lot of concert photography. Dive bars to like 100-seat jazz clubs. That's my haunt. So a wide, fast lens like this made sense to me. And when I bought it, it made more sense than the 35. So the 23 is about a 35 millimeter in full frame terms, whereas the 35 is about a 50 millimeter in full frame terms. So that's why after this broke, I decided to buy this. I'm totally happy with this. I love this lens. It's wonderful. And you can see the images I'm showing are beautiful. However, today I was going through the archives and looking at some of the images from this, and I definitely need to buy a new one because Fuji told me that they couldn't repair it for whatever reason, like everything is bent. Would have been more expensive just to repair it than to buy a new one. So I'm gonna buy a new one. But the character of these images is just so wonderful. And one of the places where I really see it is in my studio portraits. So not only do I use sometimes the Fuji for concert photography, but I also use it in my studio periodically, not as much as I used to. When I had this lens working on the X-T5 a couple of years ago, though, I had a stint where the Fuji was the only thing I used in my studio. And looking back at some of these portraits, I'm like, man, these are kind of awesome, and they have a different quality to them than the 35. It has that kind of classic look to it where it feels more real to me in a certain way. It's not too sharp, it's not too perfect. In my mind, something about this is just pulls me in a different way. So is this 35 1.4 like 12-year-old Fuji lens that has possibly the worst autofocusing noise and speed of any Fuji lens, except for maybe the 50 f1? Is this the best Fuji lens that was ever made? Well, who the hell knows, people? I mean, all of this is totally subjective. And of course, my opinion is based on my experience. And but since it's my opinion and it's my channel, then yes, I'm right. This is the best Fuji lens. Go get one. That's the video. Have a great day. I love you all. Subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you in North Carolina, in Durham, on October 4th. I'm doing a full 2-part workshop at the Click Photo Festival. All the information is in my description. Here's wishing you an awesome day. Go out, take some beautiful pictures. Even if you don't have the best Fuji lens, just use whichever lens you have. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.